Right?
Jeez.
You all rested up now?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Xbox, go to Killer Instinct. There you go.
Oh,
and it
Hi,
recognized
Xbox.
you as well.
Nice.
Hi.
My Xbox likes you.
It does?
Everybody likes
What's not
Vince.
to like? What's not to like?
It's true.
Except, like, stuff. But it's fine.
All right, we're going to play
Vince,
some
you're
Killer
a
Instinct
fellow
here.
East Coast a-hole. I
Yeah,
love you.
that's right.
I love you.
That's right. I'm me from New York, and Ryan here
New Jersey.
from, Jersey boy.
That's right. The mean streets of rural northern
Right,
New Jersey.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I grew up in the rough and tumble
Vernon.
neighborhood of South
Action
Nyack.
Park, man. I've got scars.
Rockland County represent.
Now is the review for Killer Instinct up?
Yes, it is. It also went up on Monday morning. It was
You liked this game.
It was quite a different score from my local cycle review. It was an 8.4. I really love this game, and I fell in love with it from a mechanical standpoint almost right away.
It's signing you in.
Yeah.
Thinking your data here.
And we do have a
Oh,
copy.
I wish we had. How big is this? Do you
Oh no,
know?
it's not big. It's like an unlock.
Let's do it.
So-
Because let's hope it's because what we're doing right now is just hit install real
Yeah,
quick.
it's
7 megs.
Yeah,
Because this is
it's
Killer Instinct Classic, right? We can show off.
Yeah, it'll have Killer Instinct Classic included with it. That's correct. Which works well. It's a very good. It's absolutely a good.
Done.
A good emulation. Yep.
Okay.
And
back to the game.
Yep.
And we do have a copy of this to give away.
We do have the first party titles. We have copies.
Tweet your questions at IGN for your chance to win. We'll answer them live.
So I think the first thing to do probably is just look. Like I think what's great. One of the things that's great. You have this trial menu on right on the title screen. So
challenges.
Just challenges. So what's nice is you can say, okay, I want to do this one. Okay, do a 20% damage combo with Sidira. So I click on it, and it selects Sidira. It puts me into the appropriate mode. In this case, it's practice mode that it wants to put me in to do this. And I just like how you can. This is what I want to do. I said this in my review. I gave her the crazy hat. That's right. This is what I want to do anyway when I play a fighting game. I'm one of those guys. I'm old school. Like I don't care that much about a story or about even in arcade mode. Like I play to fight and to improve. So I want to go into the lab and try to get a better combo together, or I want to test my mettle and see if I can beat my best winning streak. That's already what I want to do. I don't want to watch cutscenes and whatnot. So
Vince, Randy Hyatt asks.
my buttons are all over the place. I just realized I have to redo my.
have to remap it.
What is going on here right now? I'm sorry. What's the question?
What's your favorite thing about Killer Instinct?
It's the way they worked out the potential problems with combos. So the problem especially in the original version of this game, back in the arcades, was that you kind of get into a combo and then it's either you get a combo breaker or you don't, and you're just kind of sitting there and watching. And anyone at home who plays a lot of Marvel or watches a lot of competitive Marvel also knows that very same problem. It's like you watch someone get a hit and then it's like you're just sitting there forever while things are happening. Like for instance, like if you ever watch a good Zero player play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it's like they get their combo going and like lightning loops in the corner, and it's just like you're just sitting there watching a combo forever, and that's boring for spectators. It's boring for players too, because you're just sitting there waiting for seeing if the other person's going to make a mistake. The way they handle that in this game is by, of course, you always have the combo breaker where you can get broken in the middle of a combo, but then the more interesting thing is that if I know that the person's going to try for a break, I can go for a counter breaker. If I think that they're going to have a read on what kind of combo I'm going to do and they're going to be able to break it, I can drop out of the combo and do a reset. So there's all these mind games that go on in mid-combo, so that even when there's a combo going on, and yeah, you can still do long combos in this game, you're not sitting there watching. At every moment, you're kind of mentally dialed into what's going on, and that's what I really, really love about it.
Now, there's some talk about Killer Instinct. Is it a free-to-play game?
Okay, it depends on how you're going to classify that. That's the tough thing about it. But yes, essentially, it is a free-to-play game because what just happened there?
Went back to home screen?
Went back to home screen for some reason. It is essentially a free-to-play game. For free, you get Jago, and you get every single mode. Like everything that you're gonna see, every mode that you're gonna see here during this demo is something that you can absolutely get for free. And plus one character. And they're talking about doing a rotating free character so that you can, over time anyway, you'll be able to try out everything. Or you can buy characters a la carte for like $5 each, or you can just get them all together for 20. And there's 6 right now, but there's going to be 8 within the next few months because they're adding 2 more.
So it sounds like the roster seems kind of small.
Yeah, right now.
Compared to other fighting games.
Right now it is. But you know one of the reasons why I didn't find that to be as big a deal as it might be for some people is because honestly, and if you watch the competitive scene at all, then you know this. We're just happy when a grand finals isn't like, when a top 8 isn't 3 characters or the same 4 characters anyway. So, sure, it sounds like very limiting, but at the end of the day, having 6 characters to play as, when the metagame all gets boiled down in other fighting games, that's almost always what it boils down to anyways.
Really?
6 or 10 characters who you see all the time, and a bunch of other kind of, dark horses who you really kind of don't. And, that's a little bit, that's not to say that more characters wouldn't be appreciated, but at the same time, it's not as limiting as some people probably think it is, and certainly not as much as it sounds at the outset, that's for sure.
Is Thunder your favorite character?
I don't have a favorite right now, but I definitely want to. I think I'm gonna main Thunder, and the reason I like Thunder is because he's similar to Zangief, not so much just in that he's got a grapple, but the thing that makes him really Zangief-like is that he's got good footsies, he's got some really good normals, he can play a good spacing game up close. He's not just a big lumbering, lug who can't do anything but grab people. And I like that. I always like that archetype, the grappler that's got some fast moves and some good fundamentals to go along with the obvious advantage of being able to grab people for big damage up close. So Thunder's really got that down really well. I was messing around in training mode. I love training mode in this game. Training mode's incredible. I could seriously just sit in training mode and do that all day because that's where that's all the discovery happens, right? And
sure.
like for the non-casual fighting game fan, I mean, I'm sure that most people are like, "What are you talking about training mode? I just want to beat stuff up," and that's great. The game is a lot of fun on that level too. But I think we all knew it was going to be because of its pedigree and where it comes from. It's always been kind of a flashy, easy to pick up and play game. But what me and players like me didn't expect is that I could go into the training mode and really dissect the hitboxes and frame data and figure out frame traps and good mix-ups. And the neutral game just wasn't that developed in the old Killer Instinct games. That's just what it comes down to. So like, for instance, I found out last night that this move, his standing medium kick, is really good. It's got a lot of range. It's active for a very long time. If it gets blocked, he's pretty safe. And he can get in for free with triple axe. With it, and he can even cancel late. It's like a command grab off of it, and kind of mix people up that way. They have to either backdash it or jump it, but that's kind of tough to react to. So it's like those kinds of things that you expect in a kind of a more, what has been more traditionally a deeper fighting game. You can see that kind of thing here. And that's like probably the most surprising thing to me about this when I sat down and played it. I'm like, wow, this plays fundamentally soundly. Like, yeah, there's cool combos, but there's also really, really strong fundamentals, and that's really a lot. That's to me what, as a serious fighting fan, that's what makes it interesting.
Are the environments interactive?
They're not in the way of, say, like they are in Injustice, where you actually have things in the environment that you can like pick up and throw and do stuff with. But they are dynamic in that they're reacting to what's going on in the match. So, for instance, at the end of every round, things just get progressively worse and worse. And if you do an ultra combo, which I will try to do one right now. If you do an ultra, then everything really just kind of falls apart. Wrong one. I think it might be X one. Let's go back. Oh no. Let's put up back. I'll double check in the command list because I know everyone wants to see an ultra. So actually, you know what? I'll probably switch out characters too. Give people a taste of everyone.
One of our viewers, Bobby Twilly, asks, what is the longest combo so far in Killer Instinct?
Longest combo anywhere, or longest combo that I've done?
That you've seen or that you're aware of.
Okay. I think the high that I've seen is 128. Is the highest that I've seen reported on YouTube, I think. My personal high is 117.
Wow.
My personal high is 117 with Jago, which I'll probably switch over to Jago in a second. Actually, no, I'm not going to do Jago just yet because I think everyone's sick of Jago. I think he's been the poster boy for this game for the most part because he comes with the game for free. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit in a second here.
At E3, so the developer do a 177.
Oh, at E3, okay. So at E3, we're hearing Sean is telling us that at E3 he saw a 177. Now I don't know what's happened build-wise since then. I don't know if anything has changed where you can't do that anymore. But I know even talking to Filthy Rich, who's the PR guy. He's an ex. That's what we called him that was his handle in the fighting game community. Was Filthy. He's not actually filthy. He's a pretty clean dude and a good guy.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, he's fairly clean. He smokes, so there's that.
Well, there's that.
Nah, I don't mean to blow Rich up, but Rich is the man. But yeah, so he was known in the fighting game scene as Filthy Rich before he turned respectable and went into the development side of things. And he's on the team over at Double Helix, who's working on it. And the highest he had told me that he had done or seen was somewhere in the 120s. So yeah, let's get Glacius in here. Glacius is a very unique character in this game. He plays kind of like Dalsim does in Street Fighter, in that he has some really long normals that control a lot of space. And then similar to Dalsim, all those long limbs are also hittable boxes. So if the person is being kind of psychic or getting a good read on what you're doing, you can shore you someone out of it or counter poke someone if they're being predictable with it. And something else that he has that I haven't seen in too many other fighting games is he actually has an unblockable, like a very usable unblockable move that just like starts the party. Like it's that move right there. I'll show you again. It's this. That's variable range. So you can do it from like 3 different ranges. There's a mid-screen one like that, and if Saber will give me some space, which he usually doesn't. Yeah, there's a long-range one too. So it's unblockable, and he can absolutely combo off of it. So that's an interesting tool to have. Not too many games have a mechanic like that, but it's really counteracted by the fact that he doesn't have a dash. He doesn't have a forward dash or a back dash, so his mobility is really hurting. And since this game uses the invincible backdash mechanic that some fighting games use, where the backdash is kind of invincible for a little amount of time, so you can get out of mix-ups with it. It's 7 frames invincible in this game, but he doesn't have a backdash. So if he gets knocked down, if someone gets up close, like Saberwolf is like a big time like rushdown character. If they get up close, it's not a good day. It's not a good day.
So it's only $20 to unlock everything?
If you want to unlock all 8 characters, which is the 6 that are available now and the 2 that are forthcoming, it's $20. Otherwise, you get it for free.
I mean, if you're a fan of the series and fighting games, why wouldn't you just do that?
It's a no-brainer. Like that's the thing is that I understand and respect other reviews out there who are saying, "Hey, this feels kind of content light," and I get it. A six-person cast compared to something like, Street Fighter 4, which is going to be approaching 50 characters with Ultra when it comes out with Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has over 50 characters. I understand the concern, and I understand where it comes from, but at the end of the day, from the beginning, they've sold this really as a platform. It's never been... We've known from the beginning it was going to be slim pickings in terms of characters up front, but the flip side was going to be you get so much for free, and that it's going to grow over time. But the most important thing at the end of the day, it's not modes and it's not quantity. Everyone who's serious about fighting games knows it's about that sweet science, man. It's about sweet science. It is. That's what it is. It's a science.
It's about the chemistry.
It is. It's about how all the pieces fit together, and if there's an upside and things for you to learn. And this game definitely gives it to you. I just want to double check Glacius's Ultra here because I got to give everyone one. Okay, it is quarter circle forward with all 3 punches. I want to make sure I've got that mapped properly because this didn't have my controller mapping.
Did you play Killer Instinct back in the day?
Oh, absolutely! I played Killer Instinct back in the day. I actually told the story to Rich when he was here. Killer Instinct was like how I met my very first girlfriend, like when I was in high school. No joke, it was my first real girlfriend.
I don't know that sentence has ever been uttered before
Well, now it has
in the history of the world.
No, it's true. Like I was at like a roller rink and she was impressed with like my Killer. Like she was impressed with my Orchid actually, and what I was doing with Orchid, and like got her number and things just kind of went from there. I mean, it wasn't like anything major; it didn't go anywhere, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So comparing this directly to old school Killer Instinct, what's that like?
It's night and day. Like
Yeah.
and I can say this because I was there and I loved it for what it was. The original Killer Instinct is not a very good game. I mean, it's if you're a fighting game fan like I am, you loved it, you enjoyed it, it has a place in your heart. But especially once you learn the mechanics of how fighting games are really supposed to work, you can see it's nada. It wasn't a great game. It was all about this. It was all about big long combos, which is great. But the neutral game, which is everything that happens pretty much before and after the combo that leads to it and comes out of it, was nothing to write home about. There wasn't a lot of depth there. And so that's why I was surprised when I sat down and started playing this game, and I was like, I feel like my fundamentals from Street Fighter, spacing, footsies, making good reads, being sharp and on point with your anti-airs, not jumping unnecessarily, setting up safe jumps, frame traps, how to deal with frame traps. All that stuff is here, and it just wasn't really a part of the original game. So which one's better? You could give the original Killer Instinct 30 characters, 40, 50 characters. It wouldn't be the game this is.
I see. Viewer Ian Bennyworth asks, do you know when Spinal will be available?
I don't have official word on that. I know they are. I know they've unveiled him. I know that they are in the stage of getting him tuned up and getting him to a place where he's going to be ready to make his debut. But I know that I have tried to push with Double Helix to let me see him, and they're not ready yet. Is what they say. But rest assured, as soon as we know when you're going to see that, I'll be blowing that story wide open on IGN.
And have they unveiled the 8th character yet?
Yes and no. I mean, officially speaking, no, Double Helix has not announced that character, but I mean, the cat is very much out of the bag. I mean, we reported we ourselves here at IGN reported a news story that showed a leak that took care of it. I'm not going to blow up their spot here. If you want to know who the last character is, you can absolutely go, do a news search for the 8th character.
If we reported on it, Joshua Prawl asks, do you think Fulgore will be the 8th character reveal?
I don't think it's the 8th character. I'll just say that. I don't. That is not what I think at all. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the unique thing about Glacius is that he can combo from literally almost full screen unless that happens. So you see that red exclamation point over my head? I was trying to break out of that counter, but I didn't match the proper input, so it locks me out. That's one of the counterbalances of the combo breaker, because especially at the E3 build, people felt like, oh my god, combo breakers are just too prevalent. You see them too much, and it kind of slows the game down and makes offense kind of not worth it in a lot of ways. So they added this lockout system where now if you don't time it right or you press the wrong input, you're locked out. You can't make any more attempts for a few seconds, and that gives kind of the offensive character kind of go nuts. Something that they added too that I love, that not many people have talked about is the instinct mode. Now, instinct mode is kind of like it's more or less like this game's answer to the comeback mechanics you see in other games. Like in Street Fighter 4, you have ultras, and in an Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you've got X Factor, and everyone hates X Factor because it's just like, hey, press 4 buttons and I'm good now. I'm a good player now. But this also has a comeback mechanic, but it's more interesting than all those and more well balanced. So as you take damage, or as you score successful combo breakers, you build up your instinct meter, and once it's full, you can cancel out of anything that you're doing, go back to neutral, and go into instinct mode. And everyone's instinct mode gives them kind of a unique ability. So, for instance, with Glacius, when he goes into instinct mode, he gets 5 hits of armor. So that means he can actually just shrug off a hit. So if I throw out a move and someone else throws out a move that's going to stop it, I'll just shrug it off and go right through it. So that allows me to kind of attack with impunity, charge in without having to worry too much about being punished. But that's only active for a total of 5 hits, so I can't abuse it, and you're only going to generally get off instinct mode once per match, unless you're really on point with your combo breakers. But everyone's is kind of a little bit different. Like Jago's allows him to heal back as he's pressuring people on offense, and makes all of his moves have more hit stun and block stun, so he can create frame traps or block strings that he normally wouldn't be able to. Orchid gets the ability to throw out her Fire Cat as a projectile, and she can kind of call it almost like an assist in Marvel. So they actually have some really interesting mechanics involving that, and it's nice because it gives players an advantage without it being like unfair. Like, I'm not crying about X Factor and Marvel, but I mean, it's like you press 4 buttons and suddenly your basic combos hit like a truck, and you're gonna kill characters like by sneezing on them. And a lot of players, a lot of pro players and a lot of casual players just hate it because it's just this very binary thing where 1 second I'm winning and then all of a sudden I'm losing because X Factor, and it's like people don't like it. But this is much more interesting system because it doesn't only reward getting beat up, it also rewards good defense with good combo breakers. There it is right there. I just canceled into it.
Did you ever play Rival Schools?
Absolutely, yeah. Rival Schools.
That's
is
the
great.
only fighting game I've ever been good at.
No, Rival Schools. I played Batsu in Rival Schools. It was a lot of fun. Rival Schools, Project Justice.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
I bought a Dreamcast for Project Justice.
Yeah. No, but Project Justice was a great game, underrated. There was a few games that just kind of slipped under the between the cracks that I used to love. Did you ever play Star Gladiator? The original one? On PlayStation. When I saw Star Gladiator running on the PlayStation 1, I was like, these graphics don't exist. They're not possible.
Yeah.
What I'm playing right now can't be real. I was like, there's no way this is in front of me. It's funny how far we've come.
I also played a lot of Tekken 3 when that first came out.
Yeah, sure. Tekken 3 was very popular. That was like when I was like a freshman in college.
Yeah.
With Tekken 3 was big, and people did like the Eddie Gordo special. It was always the like have a few beers, pick Eddie Gordo, roll your face along the kick buttons and watch what happens and make people rage. That was always pretty good. I'm gonna switch characters up again. How are we doing on time? Do we have a?
Oh yeah, we're good. We got about 8 minutes left.
Okay, cool. All right, nice. So I'll switch over to some Jago.
Well, yeah. Speaking of, Justin asked, "Do you think this will be a Jago only game because many people use him because he's free?"
So, yes and no. So there's no two ways about it. I'm here to tell you, there's going to be the Jago army, folks. It's rising. The Jago army rises. The online chapter of the Jago army is definitely going to exist. The thing is, though, what I love about this game is that it rewards good reads and good reactions and good matchup knowledge so much, because breaking a person's combo at the auto double phase, so you do an opener with a special move and then you tap a button afterwards, and that's your auto double. It does 2 follow-up attacks. Those all look different, but once you've learned what the first hit of everyone's auto double looks like, if you've got the reactions, you know exactly what to press to stop the second hit and break out. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of Jago, and that means you're going to get a lot of matchup experience with a lot of Jago, and that means you're going to crush a lot of Jago.
Interesting.
So you're going to have a lot. Certainly, you're going to, because it's a free character. There's no two ways around it. It's just like any other free-to-play game. You're going to see a lot of. You're just going to see a lot of Jago, sure, but it's not going to annoy you because you're going to get to the point where first you're going to be like, Jago, oh, another scrub playing Jago, damn, and then you're going to be like, Jago, you're going to be licking your chops like. Jago, I'm gonna eat another Jago alive. I'm gonna get those free killer points.
Because everyone who bought the game, they'll feel ownership of it, and they'll be like, I want to own the guys who are just playing for free.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's totally what's gonna happen. All those people who have matchup knowledge, whatever, like the people who don't play human opponents who have the other characters. If you're always just if all you do is fight Jago mirrors, you're not going to be ready for people who know how to play other characters at all. But that said, I'm scrubbing out and playing Jago. Not that Jago is scrubby. Actually, I like Jago a lot because, people have always kind of jokingly called him the Ryu of Killer Instinct. But they took that and made it kind of literal this time around in a lot of his fundamentals. So, any Street Fighter player who plays Ryu knows about this. They know about crouching forward, or as you would call it in this game, crouching medium kick. People know that that's like his big footsie tool, and it's really good. Jago's crouching medium kick is is really good in this game. It starts up in 6 frames. It's +2 on block, and yeah, you can cancel it into any of his specials. So this is definitely the footsie tool. Like, you know, the Ryu special would be like a low forward into fireball, and you can do that like that. Like, everyone knows that from Street Fighter, although it's not necessarily safe in this game. But, you know, he doesn't have a hurricane kick. He's got the wind kick, but it's a similar name and it has a similar purpose. It's gonna, like, you know, advance you forward. And the shadow version goes through fireballs just like a hurricane kick does, which I'll show you right there. Oh, they blocked it. So yeah, but Jago rewards players who have strong fundamentals. He's got good footsies, good normals like that. Standing medium kick is good. Crouching medium kick is good. Staying medium punch is good. He's got a great Shoryu. It starts up in 3 frames and it's invincible all the way up to active. He even has like the Ryu overhead, like that punch, which is just a crack up. And he does basically the same thing but with a sword. Like, so you can mix people up with that and that at mid range. He's got the cross up jump medium kick. See, you got the cross up jump medium kick. So many of his nuance. Like, you can tell a fighting game player. Like, fighting game players made this game because all these little nuances that you see in terms of fundamentals from other fighting games, like, you can see them all.
What do the leaderboards look like? Is it wins, losses, like overall, and then with different characters? You
know, I haven't really taken too much of a look at that because, you know, the online wasn't really we weren't able to get any of that in for the review because it wasn't at a functional point yet. So I'm definitely going to want to do a follow-up piece about that when it becomes available. But right now, I don't know. We could jump in and take a look and see if we can see what it's like if the viewers want to take a look and see what that's about.
We do have a copy of Killer Instinct to give away. It's going to Martin Torres, who asks, is the controller better than the Killer Instinct arcade fight stick?
Well, that depends on who you are. I mean, I'm a pad warrior. I've been a pad warrior all my life. So
pad warrior.
I'm a pad warrior for life. So for me, it's great. And the Xbox D-pad, the Xbox One D-pad, wow, is it good? I mean, it's...
Is that what you're using?
It's unbelievably good.
That's really great to hear.
So if you're a pad warrior like me and you're worried about needing a fight pad, don't worry, you're not going to need to buy anything special or crazy. I'm going to see how big I can make this for everyone. Let's see what we get up to here.
Keep it going.
Oh, I missed the juggle. Yeah, if I hit that juggle, I could have gotten to like 114 maybe. 113 or 114. Sorry, folks, I tried. If we have a minute,
We actually have a literal minute.
Oh, a literal minute? Okay, let's see how fast this goes. Someone on the Twitter feed wanted to see me play a versus match against the highest difficulty and see how badly I get this.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's do that. Let's do that real quick. If I can just, once I can quit out.
Is this another one where the load times are kind of long?
It's not long, but it'll hang like for like an extra few seconds than you would expect it to.
Yeah.
It's not at all a negative point of the game, but it's a little bit longer than you're probably used to in like the current gen of fighting games. But not at all intrusive or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna quit out and we're gonna give this is called Kyle difficulty mode. And we're gonna give that a quick try. Let's see. Yeah.
Why is it called Kyle?
I actually should know this, but I don't, which I'm pretty sad about. But yeah, I do not know where the name Kyle, where the word Kyle is coming from. So yeah, let's go brother versus sister. And we'll play
brother versus
sister. And we'll play on her. This could get ugly, folks. This could get. I might about to be looking like a fraud here.
I don't see the resemblance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to be a fraud, folks, but this could get serious. Especially since, when you're playing against the computer, especially this game in particular, there's so much about mind games and mix-ups and that giving the player the okey doke and the fake out. You can't really fake out a computer,
So, Vince, real quick, if I missed it, apologize. Did we go over just the pricing
Yeah.
tier already? Okay, good. So just
We covered it.
I know it's kind of confusing, so
And we already gave away the copy. We're all set.
good. Yeah, and my lunch break was successful.
Yeah, we're going to flip over to Power Star Golf here in just a moment. We just wanted to watch Vince play on the hardest difficulty for just a sec. He's holding his own. He's not doing too bad.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alas.
that's one round. That's one round. I don't know. I think I might be onto something here.
Yeah?
I might be onto something. We'll see.
We'll give you a chance to prove
I
yourself.
might be onto something. Oh, I'm not onto something. Oh god. Oh god. Come on, do something. Press the button. Press the button. Oh, that's not the button you were supposed to press.
How bad would Ken Lob kick your ass in this game? He created one of the creative chiefs at Microsoft, the sort of last major holdover from Rare.
Is he good at Killer Instinct?
He talks it up. I know he's, and he actively, he was one of the developers on the game. And he's a really good guy, by the way, if you ever get a chance to meet him at community events or something. Guy loves games.
He's been in the industry a long time.
Long time. Back to the, early Nintendo days of
Yeah.
Rare.
You're close, Vince.
Oh no! I did. I went for a counter breaker when I didn't need to at all.
I believe in you, Vince.
No, don't believe in me because I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud.
Turned into like a Fire Panther thing.
Tiger uppercut.
Yeah, I'm a fraud. Confirmed on our live stream. Fraudulent status.
No, I can tell you're legit fighting for sure.